Kim and I figuring out
You're
what
good.
vendors. But
You are
other than
good
that-
to start, Jill.
Okay. Welcome everybody to the subcommittee meeting. Today's April 4th.
No, it's not.
It's not?
It is May
Today's
2nd.
but
Oh,
that's
I'm looking at
okay.
the
You're looking at the minutes.
agenda, the meetings. Yeah. okay.
Wow. Jill.
She don't even know what month she's in.
I don't. Okay, today is May 2nd.
It's 11:06 a.m. The weather's beautiful outside.
We have a full quorum. I'm just gonna call the meeting to order.
You have a quorum.
Perfect.
She just said that.
All right.
You need to adopt the agenda.
Do we need a motion for that?
Yes, you need
Yeah.
a motion to
Can I
adopt the
make the
agenda.
motion, or do I have
Yep.
to ask for one?
You can do either.
Okay, I make a motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye. Wait, am I on this one?
Yes.
Okay.
We also, I make a motion to adopt the previous minutes from our joint meeting with council last month on April 4th.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, you're good to start. Updates from working groups.
Okay, updates from working groups. I don't really feel like we have too many more updates to give. Everything's kind of finalized for the most part. I think the only outstanding kind of thing that we were really doing was the health fair and getting those vendors committed. So Deb and I have been working on that. It's going pretty well. We've got to start a spreadsheet and like put them all in one place. We can have Mary help us with that. Will you grab that for me? Or maybe just email that to me. That would be awesome.
I have one that haven't gotten back to us on here though, so,
Yeah.
I mean, when we have, I'll do one for you that are all yeses.
Perfect. And other than the health fair and really kind of locking in vendors, I've just been following up and touching base with every vendor that has committed to come. So all the food trucks I've checked in with just to confirm that they still have, as nobody's backing out, all of the like the face painters and the balloon guy and the hair people and the dog groups. Most of them have responded. I just have a couple I have to follow up with again. But that's pretty much what the working groups is doing at the moment. The next big thing for the working groups, well, it's actually not a working group. It's going to end up being our team that does it. But we have to do a site map for Marvin Elementary School. And we have to do, we have to just sort of finalize a layout for the barn that Derek has already started. For the inside of the barn. Didn't you say you already gave Hunter something, like a loose sketch or something?
I gave him, just a blank template to work with.
Perfect.
He'll need the vendor list.
Can I just ask if you can assign that to somebody so
Yeah.
you don't have to do it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
It's like, oh.
But I think he's prepared to take it.
He
just
is,
needs
yeah.
to
Well, I
do
mean,
the
some-
best.
Somebody to hand sketch just kind of the elementary school so that it can be
Yeah.
passed over to him.
Yeah. And that, as soon as we know the final number of health fair vendors, we'll be able to do that. But
Yeah. How many do you have right now that you can think of that said yes for sure?
I can't even answer that question off the cuff.
Because I know there's more than what I have on here.
Do you think that Deb can hand sketch that out or?
I don't draw very well, but
I don't think so, because she wasn't there last year, so I don't think she knows where everything was.
Okay.
But the hand sketch is easy. This is more complicated and time consuming. I can do a hand sketch really fast.
Okay.
Trying to take shit off her plate. She won't listen.
I am. I'm giving it to Hunter.
I don't care, Austin. You can hold up the thing as much as you want. I don't care.
Other than that, the PM working group, Christina and Hunter are working on some ideas and some quotes for how we're going to sort of barricade off the fireworks area. So we're just kind of in conversation about that.
Can I have a decision on that? Do I need to report it now or later?
You can, yeah, that'd be
Okay.
great.
So we got a quote for barricades that is pretty extensive. I actually just got confirmation back from Waxall that we're just going to borrow theirs and they're going to
Perfect.
drop them off and pick them up for us. So
Nice.
Thank you, Waxhaw. Yeah.
not a big deal at all. And where we have gaps,
You want me to hold up the recorder?
we'll just use caution tape.
Thank you, Waxhaw.
We'll just use caution tape where needed. So
Perfect.
it's going to be a little bit of hybrid of both.
Okay. Good job.
Way to save money.
4 buses?
Okay,
Are we down to
so
4? I'd heard 3 last time, but.
we're getting a quote for 3 and for 4.
Okay.
But Hunter is this morning Hunter told me yes and
And no.
he does not think that this late in the game we might be able to get some additional buses, and I just don't know that I agree with that assessment, but he's still gonna wait to get an answer from them.
Okay.
So we're gonna see what we can do, but
Okay.
if we can, great. He's gonna follow back up with her to get a quote for 3 buses and for 4. Once we know the final number of buses we're gonna have, I think Hunter has a plan to kind of shore up how that's gonna work next week, as far as like, are we gonna have, like, our committee talked about having a sign on the bus window that says like Marvin Elementary School, and that bus only goes back and forth from the park to Marvin Elementary School. So you know what bus to get on, and the other bus will have a Marvin Ridge sign, and that's kind of how Hunter and I envision this happening, just to keep it simple. But if we have 4 buses or 3, we'll sort of figure that out. But that is still pending. He did not get an answer from her yet as
Okay.
of this morning. I think that's really it for working group updates.
So, do you have something like this for the elementary school?
No, that's
Do you
what we were
want
just
me
talking about. That's
to
coming
try to
next. No, Hunter's gonna
set
do
up?
it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, for the vendors.
For everything.
Okay.
For the 5K, for the fun run, for where the food truck's going, all that stuff.
Okay.
The only question I have about the 5K is, obviously I was asked, well, maybe this can wait till 5K update, which is number 4. Okay, anyway, moving on. I have the site map. Who needs one? Anyone?
So we're on to number 2, review of site map.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so Kim and I went to the park. We had a field trip. We walked around because the one thing that was missing from this map was where all the vendors were gonna go.
Yeah.
All the sponsors and stuff.
Okay.
So I'm in the process of following up with all of the 1,000+ sponsors to see which of them plan to be on site at the park that day. That will, once we have that final number from all of them, then we'll know how many we need to fit and put in. But Kim and I feel that we'll have plenty of room on the pathway next to the barn that kind of leads towards the bathrooms, and then also, you know, that grassy area where we have the inflatables and the yard games. We feel like there'll be some overflow there where we could fit some more in. We have, I think, 19 sponsors total that are at the 1,000 level and up, and some of them I already know don't plan to be on site. So I feel pretty good about it, but we feel like we have plenty of room. You agree? Okay.
We just need to know the final number and then
Yeah.
plot it out, because we had looked at it and said we could use like the little grassy area between the barn and the playground. But then we started thinking about, you're gonna have lines for the face painter, you're gonna have lines for the hair tinsel, you're gonna have lines for the balloon people, so we need to make sure we have
Right.
some places for people to be in line. And I would also say we may want to like kind of cordon off with maybe some caution tape, like line for like, you know, the face painter, the tinsel, so that we at least have some. If all those people are kind of in the same space, I don't want everybody to be like, which line are you waiting for? Right. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and my recommendation is going to be that they're not all in the same
think that's
space.
probably a good idea.
So, but when we do the barn layout, we'll figure that part out. The other thing we talked about is, in addition to shoring up which sponsors are actually going to be on site and want a booth space, the next question for them is, how late are you planning to stay? Because some of them are they're being told, we need you to come and be set up before 11, but some of them might want to pack up around 2, 3, 4 o'clock. They don't plan to stay until 9 o'clock at night. So for those people, I kind of want to put them together in a place where they can, when they pack up and leave, it doesn't just leave a glaring kind of empty spot. And we discussed that, you know, the empty field that we're reserving for concert seating in the evening could be a spot for those particular vendors that are
everybody's gonna
leaving
be out.
well before the concert is going to be having to take place. So
That's, I think, a great idea.
Yeah. Other than that, does anybody have any questions or concerns about this site map the way it is presented right now?
No, but I think, can we have Hunter add, where we're gonna have people waiting for the buses, just so it's on this
Yes.
map?
Yeah.
Like we
idea.
talked about.
Yes.
Like over
So we
here.
basically talked about this spot right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's kind of like this big empty spot being where people would wait. And we'll obviously have like volunteers or staff there kind of making sure people are staying on that grass. And that's where Andy will have some benches. We will have some tents so people can sit and have shade, especially the elderly or pregnant kids.
Pregnant kids?
Yeah, pregnant kids. They need to make sure they have a seat. And
I agree.
we'll just kind of help them as the bus pulls in, drops off. We'll let kind of like the elevator doors, let the bus let people off, and then one of our volunteers will say, okay, this is the Marvin Elementary School bus. You people who are waiting for Marvin Elementary can board. And we'll just help them cross the street and board that bus. So,
Instead of having them over here, kind of
in the way.
in the
Middle of the
way.
road, yeah.
So,
That
sounds reasonable.
How early, how early can people come in to set up? I mean, we want them set up by 11. Is there an early that's too early?
No,
Okay.
not really.
Do we
9.
know? Because
Like, I'm
somebody's
telling
going to
them
have to be on site to tell them where they're going to go. So
We'll
how
probably
early?
have park staff on site
From like,
early. I
Early,
would say early. Although they may not need to get there that early. What's
I would say that's what I'm asking.
What's the
'cause I mean, are we
earliest
talking about
drop-off
like
that people are dropping stuff off, or is most of the drop off going to be Friday? I would even allow them to set up on Friday and just bring like a tote with them of like their stuff. Like if you could set up your chairs and your table and your tent, go ahead and set it up Friday and just bring like a tote with you, and then you can finish.
Yeah, it really,
we just
it
have
really
to have
just
somebody on
depends on
site to tell
weather.
them like this is your location.
Just kind of depends on the weather and the wind too, like if they're
That's
gonna
true.
set up the night before. But the buses aren't gonna be running until I think 10:45 is the earliest.
Okay.
So, you know, the vendors are gonna have to be set up early enough that they can go drop their car afterwards.
Yeah.
So,
We need to, as we start getting closer and we start really advertising, we need to make sure that we're really advertising where to park, the bus situation, and just have that
Really top, because otherwise
Yeah,
people are going to be
otherwise-
like, oh, Effort Park. We'll just
Yeah,
drive
they're
to
gonna
Effort Park.
roll up there, then they're gonna be like, nope, you have to go
And then you're
park.
gonna have to be like,
We
Yeah.
probably should get some signs made to put on the
Yes,
facility. It says parking at, like all down.
yeah.
So they would, and shuttles.
yeah,
So do we have like a sign list of what we're ordering or?
not yet.
we have last year's that just has to be tweaked for this year. But yeah, we already have in our notes plans to put some parking signs out at the entrance of Eford Park. We also have it on the website. It's the very first thing at the top of the website. It's also like the very first thing when you look at the schedule for the day. It talks about how there's no
Okay, good.
parking. And then next to Marvin Eford Park, where all of the events are listed, there is, and this is all on the website, there is a big thing that says no parking at
Okay,
Marvin
good.
Eford at all.
Okay.
So we're, but we could probably do some additional posts on social leading up to
as,
the
as we're
event.
getting like that the week of.
Just like, hey, we're so excited for you guys to
Yeah.
come to our festival on
Yep.
Saturday. Just a reminder, there'll be no parking at Marvin Eford Park. Parking is here, and just kind of
Yep.
continue to enforce that. So yeah, I think the site map looks great. Good job to Derek and Hunter for working on it. They did a great job, and I'm happy with it. Everybody else happy with it?
Yep.
We're good? Okay. We're gonna move on to number 3. Alcohol trucks update. So I confirmed with Kefi Winery that they're definitely on board. They're excited. They're gonna be there from KEFI. They're gonna be there from 3 till 9, like,
Great.
yeah. We did receive a contract from OMB for them to bring one of their mobile units and some of their bartenders and serve beer. Their contract that they sent over is sort of more, it's an event contract, but it's more written for when you book an event at the brewery. So a lot of the language that was in it doesn't really apply to our event. which made it difficult for us to sign some of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent them back revisions and just kind of said, you know, I understand why you have this language in here, but this is more written for if we were renting the brewery for an event. This is our space. You're coming to us. So some of this language doesn't really make sense. We want to strike it out. And I've given her our revisions. I followed up with her yesterday. She responded and said, thank you. I'll review this with my team and get back to you. Have a great week. So I'm hoping that she gets back to me this week.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the have a great week comment. I was like, hello. So if I don't hear from her by Thursday, I'm going to follow up with her again and say, I really need to lock this down. Some of their language also talked about how we couldn't have any other outside alcohol, couldn't have any outside wine. But again, the whole outside wine is if I'm having an event at the brewery, I can't bring in
Bringing it
bottles
in.
of wine. So, but I just need to make sure she understands I'm having a wine truck and I'm not going to have liquor, but I am going to have other alcohol on site.
I
And
never ordered wine at OMB, so.
I know.
Yeah.
So,
You would think they would have separate contracts for the separate locations.
yes,
And
and it might be
already-
that they just sent over the wrong one. I'm not really sure,
Maybe.
but she started off by saying, "Yeah, our contract is not really,
I saw that.
you know, editable." And I was like, "It's about to be, because this don't make sense."
I'm fine with all the red lines that I did. I'm fine with just literally crossing out and putting their initials. I'm totally okay with that.
Okay,
So
Like cross it out, put your
Yeah.
initials. Yeah.
if they want to do that, that's
Yeah.
totally fine with me.
okay. So I don't think it's gonna be a problem. I think what we're asking for is perfectly reasonable. We're just making sure that they wanted to add on a 20% gratuity. Well, it's going to be a cash bar, so people are going to be tipping the bartenders on their own. I'm not
Right.
going to be
No.
giving you a gratuity, but that
No.
again, it's just sort of built into the language, and it did say $0 next to it. But we just need to cover our butts
Yeah.
to make sure you've got a
100%.
20% listed here, but it says 0 right now, and it needs to stay 0 because I'm not tipping on your sales. They also have a food and beverage minimum of $750, which I'm fine with committing to because I think
They're
we'll
gonna
hit
hit
it.
that. They're gonna hit that.
But I still, because I have said I'm not agreeing to minimums for anybody, I have asked them to waive it, but I'm not going to die on that hill. If they say no, I'm signing the dotted line. It's
Okay.
fine. So I do feel pretty good and confident about it personally.
Okay.
But I will feel much better when we have a signed contract in place. And if I don't hear from her by Thursday, I'm going to follow back up and say I really need to get a signed contract in place with you because our event is less than a month away.
Are we still paying for the bartenders as part of
Yes.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
Which
I
I,
did-
again think is ridiculous, but
Yeah. And I offered to work as a bartender, but they would have to hire me. for
Multiple
the day.
times you offered to.
Well, that's
I
because
was like,
we-
she really wants to.
no.
I'll be the bartender.
But that's why we couldn't find anybody. So many people said they couldn't
know.
do it because they didn't have staff. So
Well, and
I
that's
don't want
why
it
that's
to
why I'm okay with
be
paying
that
for
day
that
and they
because
have like
clearly
one bartender.
Right.
having bartending staff, which I mean, I guess I understand. Like if
I mean, it's
you
only
know, I work in a
beer.
bar. If you're telling me you're going to send me to a park and I'm going to serve beer all day, but you're going to pay me what, $20, $10 an hour, when I could be
Yeah.
probably making 3 times that if I were working in the brewery, I can see where.
well,
Yeah.
they're gonna be tipped on their stuff. They're still gonna get tips.
I know, but even still, it's like.
Okay, whatever. Well, again, I'm not gonna die on that hill, but
Yeah.
I think that's baloney, but it's fine.
I hear you. Okay. How do we feel about alcohol trucks? Are we?
I
Any
mean,
more questions
I'll feel a
on
lot
that?
better
Generally
once
in
we have
favor.
the signed
Same.
contract, but you know.
And like one of them was, we agree that we are on the hook for any damage that we would do or any of our attendees. Well, again, that's more written for if we come into the brewery
Yeah.
and we have an event and somebody damages something, but I
Right.
can't sign off that we're gonna, like, I just basically said, you'll have your own insurance for this type of stuff.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
you have your own policy to protect you from damage. I'm not agreeing to be on the hook for damage from everybody at this festival.
Yeah.
Who might,
Yeah,
I
I
can't.
read through
It's like,
that too.
it doesn't
and
make
that
sense.
seemed
So
really odd.
that just so you know, that's the stuff that we're just doing a CYA and we're just
Nope.
doing our due diligence.
That's good.
So
They just not do a lot of these type of events.
they
have
do.
to,
I
because
think
don't know.
I think the
I feel like you
contract
got
just
the
wasn't
wrong
really written for an
contract.
offsite event. It was
Yeah,
more
it's just
written for an
weird.
onsite. So
That's
anyway,
fine. All right.
5K update. We got the approval from NCDOT for the 5K, for the route, for the road closure. All of that is wrapped up, locked and loaded, ready to go. The contract is locked and loaded, ready to go with the 5K company. It was under 5,000, so I didn't need to go to council and get all kinds of permissions and stuff for it. So that's good. We're working on the t-shirts right now. As you guys know, the winning t-shirt logo had a ton of colors.
Which pretty
is
much eliminated what you could put behind it.
But it also is very expensive to print because each color is a screen, and so it's like. Anyway, they were able to kind of morph and reduce the number of colors a little bit. You wouldn't probably really notice or recognize it, but
Would you get it down to 3 or 4 colors?
I don't even know. I don't care. I sent you guys sort of some images of some possible layouts. I think what everybody sort of decided was they liked the owl and the date kind of on, it won't be this big, but on the chest. On the left side of the chest, small, not taking up the whole front of the t-shirt. Why are you giggling? And then the
Stupid
back is just going to have the second annual Marvin Day 5K and fun run at the top, and then the bottom part of this will be the list of all of the sponsor names.
So cute.
They are recommending this mint green color.
Great.
Are we
I'm
all
down
okay?
with it. I mean,
Sure.
yeah.
I'm fine.
It wasn't it like
Different.
lime green last
It
year?
was like a neon green, yeah.
That's fine.
So they thought the mint green was the best color to make it pop.
about
They,
green.
it's not too dark. They were gonna do. They also offered us like a heathered sapphire, but it was dark, and this is what they
I would
recommend.
say the sapphire, I
So-
don't think because my concern with going with the colors was whether or not the words, the text on the back
Yeah.
was going to show up well because you've got green and you've got blue.
Right.
And so that kind of eliminated greens and blues, but the mint is kind of in between.
Yeah, and she did say, like, this black, you know, the little hair on our owl's chest here is going to be fixed. She didn't fix it right now. She's like,
Okay.
don't worry, that's going to be sized correctly.
Yeah.
She just threw it on there for us. So
Okay.
anyway, what do you think? That's going to be over the left chest, and then that'll be on the back with all of the sponsors. I like it. Okay,
So that's
perfect.
gonna be just like right here on
Yeah,
the
just a
shirt.
pocket logo type.
Yes.
thing.
And then I also sent them the design for the main T-shirt. You guys all should have gotten an email asking for your sizes.
We all should have responded.
All should have responded by now. Everybody except Eric should have gotten an email about your size. Did you get one?
No.
Okay, I might have
It's
left you off by
possible.
accident.
No.
I think I told her just to send it to staff
And board.
and board members, so that's probably, I didn't think subcommittee. So we'll get, I'll have you give your sizes to Mary. But once we have all of those final sizes, we're gonna do 2 shirts for every council and 2 shirts for all staff.
Okay.
Because y'all are gonna get wet, and we're gonna be hot and sweaty and running around all day, so we're gonna need a second,
What color's ours?
blue.
Blue.
Yours is gonna be white for your dunk tank.
Last
Wait,
year,
your contest?
Get those votes, baby.
last year they wanted their titles to be printed a little bit larger.
Okay.
So just remember that.
Is it just gonna say council, or is it gonna say council member? Because council, I can do large.
Cancel. Yeah,
Councilman,
cancel.
councilwoman, I can't.
Cancel.
Just make it larger.
Cancel.
You can say Mayor Pro Kim.
Do you want it to say mayor pro tem? Okay.
No, Mayor Pro
Mayor
Kim.
Kim. Kim.
Oh, pro Kim.
Is that what it says
okay.
in your badge?
No, but it should. It should.
Joe's doesn't say mayor. His just says
No,
council
council.
too, right?
Just
Okay.
do council.
All right. So we're gonna do what we did last year with
Mayor
the
pro
red
tem.
and the blue, and then we have a gray version that just says like event volunteer something.
Are we doing
volunteer.
t-shirts for any attendees at all?
No.
No.
I think we decided
No.
no, not this
Okay, I
year.
couldn't remember.
Not this year. So
No. Next year when we have all of our branding and stuff, we can have a swag shop, and I'll let Austin run it.
Yeah,
If he wants
you've
to.
been dying to do the
shop.
swag shop.
Yep. They can buy discs, they can buy t-shirts, they can buy cups, whatever else we have, flags, welcome mats,
I gotta have like a crazy hat if I'm running the shop.
hats, bird baths.
So I'm putting Mary in
I'll put my
touch with the
bird bath
t-shirt
together.
vendor. She's sending them all of the logos. They're gonna come back and say this logo isn't good enough. This one's not high resolution enough. Mary will follow up with the sponsor to get it and take care of all of that. So the only people that we need an actual logo for is the 19 vendors that are 1,000 and up. They're 500. They just get their name printed on the shirt, but not their logo. Their logo is on the website, but not on the t-shirt. So that is something I handed off. Are you proud of me? Handed it off. Okay.
What else for the 5K? I would like to talk about volunteers for it.
Yeah.
I don't want to forget about it.
Go ahead.
Okay, so volunteers. So we decided we need about 10 people along the pathway in order to guide people.
Along the route.
Yes,
Does that include the water?
that includes the water.
Yeah, that included water.
It's 10 people total. Park Check and Greenway are not available for the 10K, 5K. Why do I keep saying that? Because it's 10 people. I keep saying that, sorry. So we need 10 people. So I know that we voluntold a lot of people at our AM meeting that we were gonna do it. So I'm gonna be there. Jason's gonna be there. Who else? Andy's gonna be there. Aiden's gonna be there.
I feel like at our joint meeting, I asked all of council to be at the 5K, did I not?
Yes.
Yes.
And they all said they would.
Yes.
Yes.
So we've got Wayne. Bob's gonna be on the motorcycle, so we can't count him.
Yeah, he'll be leading the charge.
Yes, but he could also be at the finish.
Yeah, he can be at the
That
finish
last turn,
You should finish first.
Yeah, I was gonna say, technically, you should finish first if you can stay ahead. You know?
So
Remember last year? Like the
Joe.
one guy.
Yeah.
Jamie.
Wayne would like to be assigned to parking lot attendant. He really liked that role last year. And
Okay,
remember
so
he
that's
mentioned.
still not my 10 people.
I know. But he felt like we needed some people at the entrance
Mm-hmm.
directing them where to go and where to park.
Okay, so I've got Kim, Jason, Andy, Aiden, Joe, Jamie,
Jill.
Jill.
How many more you need?
3.
Well, so why
I'll
don't
be
I
at Firethorn.
why don't I volunteer to take all the volunteer lists and assignments away from y'all, and I'll handle it all. If you guys know who wants to go to what specific thing, I'll take care of it, and you can look at it when I'm done.
Sweet.
That's easier for y'all.
I don't know what you're taking from me.
Anything to do with people.
Figuring out the volunteer assignments.
Yes.
So
Figuring out your 10 people.
just for the 5K?
Everything. The whole day. The whole day.
Okay, so do you want me to give you what we need, where we need them, when we need them?
Yeah, I wrote
Okay.
down what you just said.
Alright, 10
But-
people.
Yeah.
I need 10 people at the 5K
Along
along
the route.
the route and
So that
painting
was,
water
that involved,
stations.
2 shifts at the, or 1 shift. It
One
involved-
shift.
It was 1 shift at the water tables.
No, just 1 shift period. This is just
Yeah, just for the whole thing. So,
2 at the water
2 people
station.
at the water table,
Okay.
And then
6 turns.
Yep, 6 turns, so 6 people along the route, so that's 8, and then I guess park somebody at the start and somebody at the finish.
No, driveway. The other 2 were to
Parking.
Parking,
drive, yeah, the
Okay.
driving in and out of the, it's
Okay.
one
So
person at
10
the
total.
driveway and
each driveway,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
we can have possibly to the finish line.
Okay,
Yeah.
so hang on. 6 on the turns, 2
Yep.
on the water tables, 1 at the start or no?
One at the parking lot entrance on the bus lot parking lot, and then we can have Bob at the other entrance when he finishes. Because they can clearly see the finish line.
What's the other entrance?
The, like, main loop entrance,
Okay,
like the main parking lot entrance.
okay.
Okay, so then, at the park,
And the owl. We're going to have the owl at the finish line. So
Yep.
we need to volunteer for that.
and then the park, the kid craft station, we need 2 volunteers from 11 to 3. John Barisic has that covered, so you can just
Put him down for
put
that.
him down, he has
Okay.
that covered,
For the arts and crafts.
for the arts and crafts table. So then, we needed 40 people. Well, no, minus 10, so we need 30. We have, okay, here's what we have. We have,
I have 31.
okay, 30, yeah, so 41 with the 5K. So
Mhm.
11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Hang on. Where are the 31 people going?
She's
gonna
getting ready
tell
to
you
tell
right
you that.
Okay.
So we have.
Do you want me to write this down for you? Because I have the notes
got
from
it,
our
I
meeting.
got it.
I have 11 to 9. We have 2 inflatables. So
11 a.m. to 9 p.m.?
Yep.
Okay.
We have 2 inflatables. We need 3 people at all times, and we were gonna do 2-hour shifts.
So it comes out to 5 shifts.
So that would be 15 people. Then we have the life-size games, we have 11 to 8 p.m. I have 2 people at 2-hour shifts, which comes out to 14.
Okay.
We have 3 people for that? I have 10. I have 2.
I have
2
2.
people, 5 shifts.
10 people.
10 people.
So then, I've got 6 people with Jamie.
Where's Jamie at?
Jamie,
Concert?
this is for the concert.
What's that time?
I don't have time for that.
Okay.
Jen, am
4
I missing
to-
something?
Maybe 3.
3
Because
to-
it depends on what time the artists are going to show up to do
Yeah.
sound check and set up, and they're going to need their RV ready with their
Yeah.
3 to
snacks and
3
to
to 10-ish.
Yeah, 3 to 10.
Okay.
And then obviously you've got your council
And
members.
I know Bob wanted to be involved in the concert.
Okay, so
and Jamie.
Yeah.
So that's 2.
So so obviously then you've got council members, so we need somebody working that.
So I
Like
have.
we need a staff person there. We need somebody with like the balls and be like, you can have 2 turns and then you're done. Like no
What's
more
that time?
turns per council. What's the shift?
With
For
the dunk tank?
Yeah.
I have written down 1
Austin
shift, and we've
and
only
Wayne.
told Austin.
Austin and Wayne are doing because Wayne can't go in the tank, so
Right.
he volunteered
To-
to be,
to-
him and
yeah.
Austin
So 2
volunteered
people.
to do that.
So Austin and Wayne, that 2 people.
on the dunk tank. And then
Yeah.
the disc golf, we've only told Hunter.
Yes, Hunter.
And we were going to get a second person, I think.
No.
No, just
No,
Hunter.
just
Okay.
Hunter.
He's fine because he's got the guy that works.
Now,
there.
if Hunter ends up being more facilities focused
Then we may
that
have to-
day, I'll replace him with someone
Okay.
else. And that might be the direction that I think we might need to go. We'll see.
Okay. So then, Christina, with all of that being said, I have reached out to the middle school beta club.
Okay.
I have 6 people who have committed to volunteering at some point during the day. What I was going to do was put together a sign up genius for the inflatables and the lawn games, and just do the shifts and just send that to the beta club and let them fill in when they wanted to be there, and then we can kind of fill in separately. So if you want to do that, then that's fine, or I can still do that.
Yeah, if you can do that, that'd be great. I'll work on
Okay.
creating a better list for this.
I also have the ROTC is interested.
Oh, great.
So I can reach out to them and see if they want to sign up for something.
Here's what I will do. I will send you the sign up genius as well, because once it's live, then
Anybody
anybody can fill it in.
Exactly.
So if anybody else has another group that they think that
Yeah.
they might be good,
Yeah.
let me know.
And I'll have my teens pick,
Yeah.
like actually commit, because you know how that goes.
Yeah, yeah.
They will commit by signing up to a slot and a time
Yeah.
slot.
Jason told me that he would do the 5K, but then he was out for the rest of the day, so he's gotta go play golf. That's what he told me. I said, okay.
Have you reached out to the Boy Scouts?
No. The Cub Scouts or the Eagle Scouts?
Well, the Boy Scouts, the local troop I just presented to, and there were like 10 dads there.
Did
And
I
that would
have
be
contact
great.
information to
Yeah.
reach out to them?
That'd
Like,
be-
was I supposed to? Did you email me about that? Oh, okay, okay.
It just hit me that that might be a good resource.
Yeah,
That'd be
I don't
great
have, the
resource.
only contacts I have for scouts is the Cub Scout lady who's booked the
Here, send it
barn
to
once
me
or
and I'll
twice,
call 'em.
and the Eagle Scout guy. That's the only,
Just send me
Contact I have.
whoever you talk to do that group.
Photoshop.
Do you want
And then
me
the,
to
the
pass
other
this?
volunteer stuff we needed was Sunday cleanup, but you were going to talk
okay.
to school athletes or.
Yeah, which
I
they
have a
already said,
question
well,
for
we
you
already
about
did
that.
something
That might
Okay.
be a good group
So-
too.
to ask for cleanup.
I
Rob,
spoke,
A bunch of
cleanup.
dads
You-
and
Yeah.
sons,
Boy Scouts
they're all
cleanup.
about like sustainability and keeping places looking good.
Yeah,
so.
Boy Scouts would be good.
Yeah.
okay, I spoke to the pastor of Banks Presbyterian Church, who called at the 11th hour to see if they could be involved in Marvin Day.
Nothing like.
So,
Yes, we would love for you to.
my conversation with him, like okay, there's 2 things we've discussed. First, they would like to have a booth at Marvin Day, but they are not a sponsor. They don't want to promote the church per se. They wanted to offer maybe just like a prayer booth. If anybody needs prayer, you can come up to the booth. They will have some of their elders or their church staff there to pray with you. I told them I'm a fan. I told them I'm okay with it, but I gotta take it to the committee. So anyway, there's that. Then I've asked them if they can, in lieu of that, can they get a team of volunteers together to come on Sunday after church to help clean up the park? And or do they want to be on site at the park on that Saturday helping to just wherever needed? Like I mentioned very specifically the spot where everybody's gonna be waiting for the buses.
That's great.
To see if that was an area where they could maybe help keep kids from running into the street, just sort of make sure all those people are okay.
Yeah, we don't have volunteers on our
shade.
list for that.
No, we don't. I like the volunteer aspect way better. Getting in the church prayer government separation situation, I don't love that. I really don't. I would love for them to be volunteers on Saturday. That would be fantastic.
Okay.
I think that we could probably get the Boy Scouts to maybe do a little cleanup on Sunday and not the elderly folks that may or may not be
Yeah.
volunteering who can maybe sit there and kind of keep the kids together or whatnot.
So I told him I would touch base with him after this meeting today
Great.
and let him know, but I'll let him know that our preference would be for Saturday, that they be on hand. And I did mention the bounce houses too to him. I said we need some people to kind of just be at the bounce houses, making sure the big kids aren't trying to get in the little kids bouncer and
Again, I'm happy to send everybody the Sign of Genius, and whoever you're talking to, send it out, and when slots get filled, slots get filled.
Okay.
Should we just add parking lot director
I
type
will.
people to that?
I
How
will.
many do we think we need for that? I mean, same thing, 2 people,
I will say
5 shifts?
on the Sign Up Genius, I do maybe recommend just having some
Age
miscellaneous
restrictions?
unassigned volunteer
Okay.
positions.
Happy to do that.
Because inevitably you're going to have people who signed up to volunteer who don't show up.
Yeah.
So
Got it.
some extras at the bottom that are not assigned to anything that can be plug and play wherever somebody fails to show up.
2 2-hour shifts, 11 to, I'm gonna say 10. Because we'll have buses rolling after the fireworks.
Jen, I've already got law enforcement for parking.
Huh?
I've already got law enforcement scheduled for parking.
Well, yeah, this
Like,
is to
as far as, like-
yeah, to get people in and out of
Yeah.
driveways. This is to stand where the buses come in.
Traffic control.
Here.
Not traffic control.
No, not traffic
Just
control
crowd
when the
control.
people are waiting for their particular bus.
Oh, okay.
Because
It's
they're
gotta
gonna
be-
wait on
it's
the
gotta be
opposite
like-
side of the driveway while the
Maybe-
bus lets people off
I
and then
gotcha.
backs
Okay.
up. So to be like, hey, back
Okay.
up, and oh, this is the Marvin school bus.
Yeah.
If this is where you
Yeah,
want to go.
Yeah,
that makes
and like
sense.
honestly, if somebody looks like they're not feeling well, they're not doing well, their heat, I don't know what the day's going to be like.
Right.
Make sure that we've got benches
Yeah.
here. Here's some water.
I was
you
gonna
know,
say we
just
should have coolers up there with the little mini bottles
Maybe
of
that's
water.
what the church can do. They can
That's
give
yeah,
away
that's,
the water.
that's exactly what I.
And-
Oh yeah, I can have them bring the water.
Yeah.
There you go.
Want to bring some coolers and some water, some mini waters?
Yeah, and then like you said, while people are sitting, waiting for the shuttle,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah, I
they
like
can
that.
wear. They can just wear
I like
like
that
a
better
shirt
than-
that says
Kim,
Bench Church.
don't kill me, but I'm trying to go through my emails and my text messages. I cannot for the life of me find the email address for the face paint lady. Can you send it to me again? I don't know where I know I have it somewhere, I just don't know where it is. And it's killing me. That purse is killing me, by the way. I just want to swoop it out.
She's pretty and
She's beautiful.
Natasha.
Is that her name or did you give
No,
it to
no,
her?
her name. No, I gave it to her. Yeah, that's her name.
Okay.
Does Natasha
I'm
want to
not
come to
named
my
her.
house
No,
with
she
me?
does
She
not.
doesn't. Darn.
Wait, you said face paint person?
Yes. And just as an update, I did reach out to the hair tinsel ladies to let them know that we are gonna just pay for it for the day and it won't be a cash adventure for our guests. And I have asked them to give me a fair price. What
Yeah.
will make it worth your time and reimburse you for the cost of all the tinsel that you're gonna go through that day? And you come up with what your time is worth and your travel and your cost of goods, and you just give me a price. And so I followed up with her yesterday, and she was like, I'm so sorry, I'm just so swamped. So she's gonna try to get a price to me in the next couple of days.
Okay.
She has no idea how much I'm willing to spend on this, so I think we're gonna be just fine. But
Okay. So the face paint lady, I just sent you her stuff, but I have a note in my notes that she may need a volunteer. So when you're talking to her,
Okay.
can you ask her that question?
Hmm.
Because that could be like a miscellaneous. And we may need some crowd control in those lines, legit.
so if anyone has time to help with this, what I would love to do is maybe send over the list of all of the signs and banners that we had done last year and have someone just kind of look at it and see, just kind of propose what, yes, we need,
I'll help you do that.
we need this again, no, we don't need this one, or this one needs to be tweaked, you know, because there's some things we're not doing again and there are
I'll
some
help
new
you-
things.
I'll help you do that.
We don't need all the artist signs, you know, like all the, well, not the home tours and stuff.
Right.
But what I really want to get to by Friday, I want to send the list to Charlotte Geek because they have offered to make all of these banners and signs for us. I just want to get it to them. If he says, oh, it's just going to take me weeks, then I'm not like, thank you, but no thank you, because we don't have time for that. Because I know that the guy who did them last year can whip them out in 24 hours. He's going to charge for them, but
Well, let's see what this guy can do.
yeah.
Because some of the signs we're not going to need until like the week of. So,
Mm-hmm.
and just give them a heads up and let them start working. I can help you with that.
Perfect.
And I have all of our directional signs that we need for Firethorn.
Perfect. Okay.
Have you sorted through the?
No,
Not yet, but she, I've talked with her.
Again, that's why I was going through that stack of stuff that was.
Right.
Did you love it? I was like, here's my, I knew where
Yeah.
my stuff was.
Organized kid.
I saw Brulala at the Waxhaw Farmers Market on Saturday, and I was
A
like,
pretty cool truck, isn't it?
it is
Isn't
so
it cute?
cute. So I sent them an email and was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Have you at the
On your
first?
Seems like a nice
On your-
guy too.
Sign sheet,
Yep.
I had some notes, and I want to make sure it carries over to yours, that y'all wanted 3 large banners with a logo at Andy's house, the park, and Village Hall. And then you wanted smaller ones for the roundabout with the logos. Is that on?
I don't have a list. Jill's sending it to me and I'm tweaking it.
Oh, okay.
So you want to just, hang on. I got it. I'm good. Signs. 3 large banners.
When you say with the logo, is that with all the sponsor logos?
Yep.
Or,
Yeah. And then,
or was that the banner with the dates and the Marvin Day icon?
No, that was the 3 big ones are just the date and the Marvin Day
Icon.
icon. And then,
Well, I'm sorry. The smaller ones for roundabout without logos is what I had written down. Smaller ones for roundabout.
Yeah, we were gonna put
Without
the logos on something large.
On the big ones.
Because the roundabout is not a good place to be reading logos.
okay, is that what we decided?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Because we
remember
wanna make
having
the
a discussion
sponsors
about it
happy.
because you felt like some of the sponsors last year were a little miffed that they weren't on the roundabouts, but
Yes.
after more discussion, we're like, that's just a dumb place to have them. So let's have them on something bigger that's
Okay.
really
Park.
visible.
Here,
So I think those
Andy's house.
big ones.
And then the small ones, the roundabouts are gonna have
just
just
the
the
dates and
Marvin Day
logo, like the
dates.
Marvin Day logo.
logo, and then we're gonna have lots of yard signs we're gonna have lots of signs around with sponsors. Like we
Yeah.
need to have more than just the 3 big banners with sponsor stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, also at the park. So we'll have them, I think we should have them at the park.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should have like here. when
Like
people-
inside the park while people
Yes.
are walking around.
Yeah.
One can be on the concert grounds. They can
Well, let's go ahead and itemize out how many we want so we don't forget about them.
Okay, 3 large banners with the logos. The roundabouts will need, how many did we do in the, 1, 2, 3, so 6 in the roundabouts. And that's just gonna be Marvin Day dates and the Marvin Day logo. Okay, and then we want, are we talking yard signs, like
for.
like election signs with sponsors, or are we talking about some bigger banners?
So I would say that the 3 large ones that you're doing for those 3 places, I would probably get 2 more of those big ones.
So 5.
And let's put one right at the concert grounds.
Yep,
And let's put another one maybe,
over by the barn.
or maybe we could even hang it from the barn, like from the outside of the barn, whatever. And then we did talk about getting a banner that says fireworks show by Lennane
Lennane.
Homes. And if we're gonna do, now that doesn't necessarily have to be a big banner, that could be a yard sign, it's up to you guys.
I think we should try to hang it on the stage, don't you? Front of the stage, top of the stage, front of the stage.
Maybe foot, yeah, we could do that.
But I guess it's not the fireworks, it's the concert. So we probably don't want it there. So
Well,
just a-
but people will see it during
Yeah,
the concert, so I'm fine with it.
is
hanging
anybody
there.
doing the concert?
No.
Okay. All right, so one fireworks show.
And then I did have Jones Homes as the sponsor of our kids' fun zone, like the face painting,
Do we
balloon
wanna have
animal,
something
hair tinsel,
special for that?
probably.
Okay.
Maybe that can be a banner that we can also put at the barn that just kind of says
Yeah.
kids' activity zone sponsored by Jones Homes.
Okay, I'm just gonna do
Yeah.
the banners and tell you, like, I'm gonna tell you what we need and you can work on the wording.
Yeah.
Okay, because you know what you want them to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the signs at the roundabout, did you want to do anything about where the parking will be at the elementary school and the high school?
I don't think people in the roundabout will have enough time to read that information.
Too much information.
Probably not on the big signs, but we could have like the election size signs and just get a bunch of those, like
Mhm.
parking at Marvin Elementary, Marvin High. And I think that we should have the pickup in the circle. So like at Marvin Elementary, not the bus lot entrance, but the other entrance that have the bus there. So that people can park in the bus lot and walk over there, and that's where it's gonna pick up, like right in front of the elementary school. And then at the high school, literally the pickup is right at the front door. So that people can
Make
use
sure
the
you-
bigger parking lot and the upper parking lot and walk up there if they have to,
Yeah.
but park there.
Make sure you tell Hunter that so he can put that on his map.
So I'm talking like the election size signs. How many of those do we want for parking?
So
Where-
I would
where are we
do
gonna put them?
6 in between each sign over here, but I would also just order extra for
They
Marvin
need,
Eford Park.
they need to be at Marvin Eford Park, they need
Yeah.
to be at Marvin Elementary School, they need to be at the high school, and they need to be here.
I
Cause
would
people,
say
people
15.
are going,
15.
really?
Wait, 15 signs that say where to park?
Yeah.
7,
Where are they all going?
8,
You're gonna have them 6 in the roundabouts, 3 here, 3 there. Like the yard signs, like
Yeah.
the election size signs.
In addition to the ones that say the date and the logo.
In addition to,
A sign that just tells them
Where
parking
parking's gonna
at
be.
Marvin Elementary
Yep.
and, okay.
so you're gonna
Marvin
have
Ridge High
6
School.
here, you're gonna have it down at the elementary school, Marvin Day parking, Marvin Elementary School, Marvin High School. Just have them all on there, so you can pick one. Have them at the elementary school, have them in front of this building, so people don't think that they can park here. I mean, they can park here and walk down to the elementary school, but I'm just saying, like, there's not gonna be buses picking up. And then at the entrance, when you go into the high school, and at the park.
Then you might want to do 20.
I was gonna say 20. Okay,
20.
20 parking signs.
Okay, and then
Do
let's.
we need the 6 in the roundabouts?
Yeah, that'll be good.
Well, do you want to, in that case,
Because I wanna
if
put
those
those up
words are going
early.
to be, if those words are going to be there, do you want to just add those to the banners?
No, because I think people are gonna look at the banners, and then they're gonna be like, next time they go around, they're gonna be like, oh, what was the little one? And then they can look again.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's fine.
Smaller smaller sponsor signs. Because I know we had some like here that had like sponsors. So do we want to do platinum and gold, silver, and then bronze? And then just have a bunch made up and we can put them at the elementary school. We can put them here on our grounds like the week of.
Yeah, so I would definitely do one for platinum, and the only logo on it is gonna be the name, and
Platinum.
we'll make it as big as possible.
Okay.
A second one for gold, which will be
Okay.
Jones.
Okay.
A third one for silver, and a fourth one for bronze.
Okay.
And with the bronze, it's just gonna have all of
Their
their
names.
names.
The other one will have logos. How many of each?
I would say one of each for here, one of each for the park. We can find a place to stick them in the ground,
Okay.
and maybe one of each for the 5K to put them in the ground at Marvin
These are
Elementary.
gonna be little.
Yeah. Well, we'll put them like right where everybody is congregating
Okay.
at the
So
5K.
just one, so 3?
4. We have gold, silver,
No, 4 places, 3 places. So 3
Yes.
of each. Okay.
3 sets.
3 sets.
I think so. Because we already got the banners with all the logos, and then the big guys are gonna have their own separate banner.
Okay.
And we can do more if you want to do more. I just need to
I mean,
know where you want to put them.
I was thinking like 2 sets at each place, like
Okay, let's do that then.
around, so like 6. Those aren't that expensive.
No, we can always put some like where people are waiting for the buses, you know,
Right.
so they could just have a reminder of.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the lining the buses, you could even use them as sort of crowd control barriers. If
Yeah.
you sort of,
That's a good
line them
idea.
up right.
Okay, so
Um,
2 sets.
Okay.
And,
So I did six of each.
Should the Lenane fireworks banner be out front of Efford in advance of all of this? I mean, we're gonna have the big banner with all the stuff, but
Yeah, we can do
advertising the fireworks thing
Yeah, we can move it.
and have it out front,
Like
leading up,
of.
and then the day of, we can move it inside.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I feel like these are all of our extra things, and then you send me the list, and I'll combine
Yeah,
them.
but I also feel like we need to add well, at least one sign for the bus window that says Marvin Elementary School shuttle,
Right.
and then Marvin Ridge High School shuttle. So that's 2 more signs, one of each, one for each bus. If we get 2 buses or 3 buses, we'll change that number. And then
I mean, if we have to print it out
kind
on
of
a piece
feel like
paper
we
and
should
tape it in there. We can.
possibly make maybe 4 signs that say Marvin Day
pickup
shuttle
here.
stop.
Yep. And as of right now, we cannot get additional buses.
As of right now.
As of right now,
That's
we
just Hunter's guess.
No. Christina sent me an email.
Oh,
As of right now, we cannot get additional buses.
Oh, so we just got the 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 4, so 2 at each.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And put them right in front and literally the
In that
front
circle
door.
where you want
Yes.
people to know this is where you're picking up.
Yep. Okay. And I'm sure I'll think of more signs because I have random signs written down different places. Do we want signs that say like face paint here? No, people can see it.
I think
Yeah.
the face painter's gonna have her own signage and
Right.
stuff. We might want to have a sign that indicates that the little bounce house is for
Little
kids under 5.
Bounce
5 and
house
under.
age restriction.
Yeah.
And what are the big one?
There's no restriction.
I can go on it?
Yeah.
After you get out of the dunk tank.
Yeah. Oh, we do need a dunk tank sponsored by.
Oh, you do?
Mm.
Okay, I didn't know you wanted to publicize that.
I think we do.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, let me know and I'll put it on the website.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Do we need one that has the schedule of who's dunking when?
I've got that on the website, but
Okay, anything else, friends?
No. What was our last item?
Adjournment.
No. There was one after the 5K update.
expenditure to date report.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what?
Well, yeah,
Expenditure.
because I don't have the OMB contract locked in, the face paint
Are we
and the
doing
tinsel.
well? Do we need more
We're doing
money?
well.
Okay.
We're doing well, and we don't have those new buses to worry about, so
That's
we're
true.
doing even better than
They
we were
did say
yesterday.
to check back at the end of May and see if we
Okay.
can add them. See if they've had any cancellations.
Okay.
And then I don't think it would hurt to reach out to a couple other places and just see if we can get some, because I think having 2 for each place is gonna be better.
Well, I mean, we can always just see how it goes. I mean, we don't know how many people to expect. We don't know how many people are going to be put off by the fact that they can't park there. It might be like, I'm not doing that. I mean, we just don't know what we don't know. So we could do 2 this year. We'll learn from it for next year. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Do we need volunteers at the bus stops at the schools?
to
Be like, scooch in, fill it up? No? Okay.
the buses.
I mean,
I would
they
hope
have-
the bus driver would be
Yeah.
doing
Okay.
like what an airport bus driver
Yeah.
does and just kind of
Okay.
hang on for a second. If you see people coming through the parking lot,
Yeah.
Okay.
we can ask the bus company,
Okay.
like, try to have as
Okay.
much of a full load as you
I'm just
can,
asking.
but don't leave people sitting on the bus 10 minutes waiting to go, you
I'm
know?
just asking.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we need to have another meeting before Marvin Day?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
I
too.
feel like we should, yes. Just to wrap up.
Sorry, Jill. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The more the merrier.
Yep.
Do you want to do
just
Tuesday?
love
Do you want to
seeing
do
all of us.
Tuesday, May 30th?
Yes.
Tuesday, May 30th, right
Mm-hmm.
after the holiday?
Oh yeah, but it's right before Marvin Day. It's Tuesday.
I mean, I'd do it on the 29th, but
We're
it's
closed,
a holiday.
and it's also my birthday. So
Is it the
May-
29th?
yes.
Also, I don't have that
You're a
on my
Memorial
calendar.
Day baby?
Well,
Sometimes.
not every year.
Not every time.
Sometimes.
It's like Jason.
Oh, it's my fancy.
He's not
Saying all about
Memorial Day.
me.
He
What time
was
is
born
this
on
meeting?
Thanksgiving.
We need to schedule it formally, and so someone
Kim
needs.
likes 11.
I'm okay with 9, but if I don't have another meeting, which I don't.
I like 11.
But I like 11. 11 works. Oh, yeah, I'm fine at 11 that
Let me
day.
check my calendar. Hold on. Christina's probably got me scheduled for
I
some
don't.
torture. You don't?
Some torture.
I'm gonna invite all of staff to the meeting too.
Okay, that's probably a good idea. Park staff too.
So Tuesday, May 30th,
Yeah.
11
Park staff would
a.m.
probably be a good idea.
Do 11 a.m. like we normally do.
Yeah.
So someone needs to make a motion to amend the meeting schedule to add an additional meeting on Tuesday, May 30th at 11 a.m.
I'll make a motion to amend the meeting schedule to add a meeting on May 30th at 11 a.m.
Perfect. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
I'll add that to my list.
And we will have just had a council meeting that Thursday before, so we will firm up a lot of this stuff at that meeting, where we need people, when we need people there, et cetera, et cetera,
Okay.
et cetera.
Okay.
Okay?
Alright.
Can we just in our minds plan for a 2-hour meeting that day?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Christina, we probably need to schedule a meeting with Matthew because a lot of these signs and banners are going to have to be up well.
Yeah,
Before
that's
May
part.
30th.
That's part of my whole like people assignment is I'll schedule all that out. So I'll get with you later on the sign order, and then we'll just have to kind of get a placement of where all the signs are going to be.
Yeah, Jill, you send me the last year's list and I'll work on it and I'll send it back to you guys by Thursday.
Sounds great.
And then I will have the sign up genius done if I can this afternoon. If not, it'll be tomorrow morning. And I'll get that out to, you want it, you want it, you want
Yeah,
it,
you
you
do.
want it. You sent me that
You can
stuff.
send it to me.
Okay.
I'll share it.
Cause if you can share it, even with like, you know, okay, good. Okay.
So with all of this stuff, no parking at Efford, park here, park here, park here, are we going to be diverting anybody away from Firethorn? Is anybody going to be confused that we're parking there to go to Firethorn? I don't know that there's a graceful way not to, but are we concerned about that at all?
We can say, probably on the website somewhere where it has Firethorn open house, maybe underneath it, say parking at
Parking on
Firethorn.
site?
Yeah,
Yeah.
parking at Firethorn.
Yeah.
Did y'all want signage for the opening night at Village Hall? That's something we didn't talk about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of signage?
Open house.
Yeah.
Open house Friday night.
I mean, we didn't have that sign last year.
We didn't do an opening night last year.
True, but we did have
You had
during
open house,
Marvin
'cause
during
it's
Marvin Day
yours.
we had an open house here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
but
But we
it's
didn't
on
have a
the
special sign
schedule.
for
Yeah.
it. It was just on the schedule.
Yeah, but
Whatever.
it's
I'm
a,
just asking. I just asked the
but
question.
it's a different day. We can just put one out in front of Village Hall.
Open house with council.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the coffee council.
Yeah.
So we'll just add that to the list.
That's quite a list.
Did you think it would be beneficial to have council come to the last meeting?
Well, I just said that we were gonna have our work session the Thursday
Oh, okay.
before, so I feel like we can cover all that in our Marvin Day thing, cause
Okay.
once you get everybody, it's
I would
gonna
say I
be a
would
poop
not
show.
be in favor of that because
Yeah.
that last joint meeting was,
Yeah, you
Tell
see
us
how
what you really
council
feel,
meetings
Jen.
are.
yeah.
You see how I have to rodeo all the cats.
I still have
Right, yeah.
PTSD from it.
Like it was just nothing but rapid fire questions. You get that many people in a room.
Well, and then
like,
Joe's like, well, have we thought
yeah,
about
we
this?
shouldn't we do this or shouldn't we do that? And we're like,
Okay,
it's a little
What
late for
else?
that, man.
what else, Jilly? Jilly.
I still need one artist for the art expo. I still want a photographer. If you guys know any photographers.
Yeah, I mean,
to
we've got a bunch of them that are professional pass holders. We can just email them and see if anybody's
I was
interested.
gonna say if anybody
But
has
there, a lot of them do portraits.
See, that's the
family
thing. That's the
portraits.
reason
They
I'm
don't
having,
do-
and it's so weird to me that I'm having trouble finding like an artistic photographer that like makes images for like calendars and for dentists and you know whatever. But for some reason, all of the contacts that I have just seem to be going out to people who just do portraiture and stuff like that. And I have this cool array of people. I've got a metal artist, I've got a map maker, I've got a bead person, I've
Did you get the
got
purse lady?
No, she's still got a conflict. I'm so bummed. Her purses are amazing. I can give you her contact information.
I love a good bag.
But she hand makes them. They're so phenomenal. But yeah, I feel like a photographer is the one thing I'm missing.
I'm emailing you right now.
Okay,
and
cool.
a girl who would potentially do it.
Okay.
What do you call that? Like a landscape photographer?
Landscape
Well, I
portrait.
mean, they just call themselves photographers. I mean, I know
Yeah.
a bazillion of them, but not in this state.
I'm surprised Christina Culp can't recommend somebody who's like a nature-loving
Yeah, I was gonna-
marsh
a
wildlife
cityscape, like,
person
somebody
who
must
goes and
photograph,
does
like-
birds and all kinds of stuff.
Either nature
what about the guy
or
that's on Nextdoor
cityscape?
all the time that takes the pictures? What's his name? Frank.
I'm not on Nextdoor, so I don't
Frank.
know.
There's a girl that I just emailed you
Okay.
and her. Her name's Julie Shinneberry.
Okay.
Do you want me to
She's actually going to
supervise
be
the
at
setup
Marvin Day taking photos for
the
us.
fair participants?
But maybe she's
Like, I know
got
you said
someone
we're
that
gonna have a
actually
map where we
can
assign
represent
them
her business
spots.
Yes,
at your place.
Okay.
Mhm.
She does. I know she does
I can
landscape
do
stuff.
that.
However, I don't know if she's like
And
print
then,
stuff or she just does.
Yeah, I
If
mean,
you
that's the other
want,
thing is it has to be somebody
you
who's sort
assign
of
the
in the
spots
business
on the
such
map,
that they already
Send it
will
to
have a
me,
lot of
and then
prints.
I'll email all the
You
ones
know,
that
I
are
mean, you usually throw them
participating,
in
and then
what
I'll
looks like a luggage
follow
rack
up with
kind
any
of
questions
thing,
they
you know,
have.
and they're all
And
wrapped
then that
and you
gives
get
them a
metal
little
prints.
personal, like, you know.
So, you know, people who do cityscapes,
More
people who
interaction,
do
reminder of the
landscape,
day and all that.
animals,
Okay.
nature, whatever.
And then if you need a volunteer, like at the beginning of the race, I could fill one of those roles if I'm already
With that
there
being
already.
said, are we ready to adjourn
I'm good.
Okay, I make a motion to adjourn
at 12:08?
at 12:08.
So moved.
All in favor?
Bye.
Aye.
I'm gonna email the